Hey guys, welcome back. We have got a K4 Kitchenaid here that's getting a restoration, and it come in really well packed from California. It also came with the little whipper thing, or whatever hook, Captain Hook. I don't know what you call that. It's like a hook. It also came with this cord here, which I'm not sure why was this supposed to be replaced. This cord is pretty messed up, so I don't think that's the cord that's going on there, but the cord that's on here doesn't look like the original cord to it, and it's also pretty sketchy as well. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to see if this thing works. I was told that it runs well, so let's find out. Alright, it appears it does. A little bit fast, but it definitely does run. So that's a good sign. Alright, I need to start taking this apart now. So I think I'm going to, I think I'm just going to set these two cords aside to find out what exactly is going on with those. Because I know this one is quite sketchy right there. I don't think I'm going to cut it off. I think I'll wait. I think the first thing I'm going to do is take these brushes out and see how these brushes are looking. As you can tell, the brushes look really good. As does that one. Alright, I'm going to take this ring off right here first, and then take off the planetary. They definitely wanted to add a little bit of style when they came up with this design of Kitchenaid. At first they had these cool little, almost like fins on there, which you know, after the K4 they never put them on anything. They're not on a K5 or K45, so I don't know what made them decide to get away from that, but it's definitely a really cool look. This has got all kinds of crud and stuff in it there, all grease and everything, so that's going to have to get cleaned out really good. Alright, make sure you guys get a good view here. I'm going to have to drive this pin out here so I can pull this planetary off. Alright, the pin come out without really a fight. Let's find something to set greasy parts on, because we're going to start getting some greasy parts out of here. Alright, let me get my punch out of there and see if we get this planetary out. Oh yeah, look at that, it's going to come off nice and easy. There we go. Get all this old grease, still packed that old grease in there. I mean, they really packed it in there. We'll get this all apart and all cleaned up. Not just yet, but at some point. Okay, the washers stay on the planetary part there. Alright. Spin her around and open up the back here. I'll do something a little bit different here. Something that you guys probably haven't seen me do. some gloves. Just I notice it's going to be a greasy, dirty mess, so. Let's see. Alright, so feels so funny. I'm so not used to working with gloves on. Alright, let's throw the screw on the floor. Alright, let's set these back aside here. You see, inside of that's not too bad. There's some oily residue on there though. Alright, now we take a seat. And we'll start taking off our wire connections here. Okay, we got that side. Let's get this side. Oh, see the inside of that wire nut came off. A little spring deal that actually twists these together. And that's why we'll end up getting new wire nuts on it for that reason there. Alright. So there we go. We got these all disconnected. We got one more here. Our wiring is disconnected except for the cord connections, which is of course inside there. Get this spring off of there and let's get our speed control plate off of here. Speed control plate's got some really long screws in them. Alright. That looks like it just needs to be cleaned up a bit, and that'll be alright. Let's see if we can pop this off here. Barehanded, nope. Usually I can get these off with my bare hands, but I didn't mean to bump you guys there. But not this time. This time I needed a bit of help. Alright, let's get the little pin out. I'll keep that with it so it don't get lost. Alright. Get this little capacitor out, if it'll come out. It's in there pretty tight. Alright, set that aside. Alright, I gotta find my small screwdriver and I can get this resistor out of there next. And the way it seemed to run, the way it sounded when I ran it, Sound like all these parts here are still good. Alright, get the resistor out of the way. There we go. See, I find it so difficult to do anything with gloves on. Sometimes I have a hard enough time just with my hands. Bare hands, you know, bare fingers. And put gloves on, it makes it even worse. And these are thin. But I've, you know, over the years, you know, smashing my hands and everything at work, kind of lost a lot of the feeling in my fingers. Alright. Get this out of here now. If it'll go. That seems stuck in there pretty good. Where I can get a grip on it, make it a lot easier to pull it out of there. There we go. Alright, so we can get this all cleaned up here. There's a little washer that's supposed to be on the end of this armature shaft here, so I'm going to put it right on there so I don't lose that. And then this right here has got a wick in it. We get this all cleaned up and lubed up. Good as new. Alright, that just needs to be cleaned up. You can see a little bit of carbon on that side. One of these washers is either missing or it's stuck on here. It's stuck on here. Alright. Set those aside. Alright, I think that's as far as we're going to go for now. Back there. Or as far as we can go. Spin this back around and start taking off some more parts here, like this. There we go. This thing always makes me nervous trying to unthread this. I always feel like it's going to break or strip or something. I'm glad to see we got that done now. Get our trim and cap off. Alright, I'm going to unscrew this band. I should have done that when I had it spun around the other way, but kind of overlooked it. coming off, and I can feel it stuck on there with a lot of goop. Oh yeah. Take a look at that. That is nasty. I'm going to have to definitely get that. It says K4b on it, in case you're wondering. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to get this thing cleaned up well. Set that aside. Alright, now I'm going to take out the screws that hold this top half to the bottom half here so we can separate these two halves. I think first we'll take off the ones in the back here because there is two all the way in the back. Well, the nice thing about this is I don't have to take it off the stand like you do it like the lift arm models. I can separate these two halves while the bottom half is still attached to the stand. I don't know if you guys can see here or not. See up in here. Alright, I gotta spin this around again. Oh, come on, get out of there already. See, sometimes if you talk to the stuff, it helps. Kind of like, you know, like somebody talking to your plants makes it grow. Oh, you know what? Another thing I want to do here real quick is disconnect these wires for the cord. But I forgot. The one has got a thing attached to it here. Attaches to this stud right here. So I gotta probably get this loosened up and get that out of there. There we go. Okay, well, I've got part of it there. See, the wire nut is completely missing. It's down in there somewhere. Let me get that disconnected and see if I can get the other lead out here. Oh, I heard that nut come off too. Nope. Oh, there it is. Alright, there's the other wire nut that fell off. Wow, that's a tight fit right there. See, that wire nut came apart too. These things are old. Not sure exactly when this thing was made, but you know it's got some age to it. Alright, that's disconnected. I don't think I can pull it through yet though, because it appears the switch is right in the way there. So we'll wait, we'll get that off. I have to leave these two halves separated, don't worry about it. Alright, so I got two more screws here. And these are like your main screws that hold the two body halves together, the two in the back, and then these two here are the main ones, but you also got 5 screws around there, and they also hold the ring gear into there. Alright, let's start getting these out. Now let's set these on this paper towel because they're always oily and nasty. They gotta get cleaned up really good too. that's all that's holding these two halves together at the moment. Now we basically just got to pry them apart. And I do think the cord is going to get in the way a little bit when we get back there. I'd really like to just get this part of the gear box here separated well first. There we go. Okay, well the cord popped off there, so that's a good sign. Alright, I want to move that part aside. Let me see what we got here. Alright, I set that down here so you guys can see. Let's get this nasty gasket off of here. And see how shot that thing is. Grab my paper towel. I'm going to need it. Let's start getting some of this grease out of here. Alright, so I kind of cleared some stuff up here and got it out of the way, the parts and whatnot. One interesting thing I just noticed on here is right there, it looks like it says, see if you guys can see it there, it looks like it says Betty S. So I think maybe I can start calling this one Betty. When it gets back to the owner, you know, you can call it whatever he wants, but while it's here, I think I'm just going to call it Betty because it's got a name on it, so. But it could say something totally different. You know, I'm just reading it wrong, but yeah, to me it looks like Betty. Alright, everything's been covered with grease already. Gotta love that about the Kitchenaids. Alright, so it's time to start taking some stuff apart here. Like this switch, we'll get this switch out of here. And I had a little, here we go. I got some pretty small parts here. Alright, so now, get everything apart here. There's our whole switch assembly, little rear gasket thing, the lever assembly, which I have to get cleaned up, and of course the lever for the speed control. Alright, now I should be able to get our armature out of here pretty easily. You guys can see here? Yeah, I think you guys can see it. I mean, if not, there's not like there's a whole lot I can do about it, but alright, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to tap this armature out of here. Alright. This is not working very well. I'm trying to get it in a position I'm trying to get it to stay in a position where you guys can see, but I don't know if you guys can see or not. As soon as I hit it, it's going to go anyway, so I don't even know why I try. There we go. Alright, there's our bearing. You can see the old grease in there. The bearing itself seems decent, which is fortunate because you see the little gap in there. It'd be really hard to get this bearing off if I had to replace it. Armature looks decent, just needs to be cleaned up. So, that's something else we got to work on. Alright, let me raise you guys up. And as you see, the gloves ain't helping much. I'm still getting fingerprints on everything. Not enough gloves to cover the grease, but it should keep my hands a little cleaner, so there's that. That's a good thing. I'm going to get these studs out of here. I'm going to try anyways. Alright, there's one. Alright, there's the other. I'm going to get this cord out of here. Now I've got the switch and everything out of the way. Man, that sucker's really like mashed in there. Normally, I mean, this cord is obviously replaced before, but normally you don't have all the coating and everything running up through there. I mean, they really did a number wedging that thing in there. If you strip back your outer coating, you can just run your two inner coatings, your two inner wires up in there, and usually with a sleeve on it, just to keep it from rubbing on that corner there. Anyways, cord's out. Alright, I do got a couple of doohickeys here, connecting the. Alright, so we got a couple connectors connecting to the brush holders here. I need a couple clips on those, but at this point we only need to take out the one, because I believe one of these is a lead right off the field. The other one is one of these right here. This one. Alright, let's pull our field coil out. If we can, that is. Should be able to. There we go. There's a field coil. No date or anything on it. And I didn't see one on the armature either. Alright, now I just checked the armature and there was no date on the armature either. Alright, so we got a couple more things we gotta get out of here. Like this clip here. There's a couple spacers in here, and they actually go up on here down at the bottom of the field coil. I should like this actually. Well, I think you know what I meant. And you've got these little paper dust shields. Alright, let's take our brush holders out of here. Alright, there's one, and there's the other. Alright, there's a wire nut in here still. Alright, the only thing that's left in here on this upper part is just, a bunch of grease. So we're going to degrease the crap out of that, and then that'll be ready to get done. So any of these parts that are ready to go out and get degreased and cleaned and sandblasted and all that, I'm going to set those down there so they're out of the way. This one I'll be able to do this one here in a minute. I just want to get this this apart here. Let's get out another tool to get all greasy. Alright, I'm just going to clip these on here. And I'm not putting them on hard because I don't want to mar that up. They're on there really loose just to keep that from spinning. So I crack the screw loose here. See? Alright, basically that's all it was just a stop. So you don't want to crank down on here and mar that up any. Alright, so now I'm going to grab another paper towel for greasy parts. Alright, there's the gear. There's a washer on top of that too. Little pin in here. Wow, the pin's really in there. Wow, that pin is really in there. Usually, that pin is supposed to be like pretty loose. You guys can't even see. Shoot, sorry guys. Okay, since you couldn't see, let me recap. Got the gear off of here, took the screw out, got the gear off of there. And now this pin that's usually just free floating in there, it's like really tight in here. There. Why that sucker was so tight, I do not know. But it's out now. Let me get the washers out of here. Should be two here or just one? Yeah, just one. Alright. This can come out. You see how dirty and greasy that is. And washer from the top. Alright. What do I got? I got another paper towel, I guess. Alright. I got a bunch of grease I'm gonna scrape out of here. Along with this wick. Oops, which is held there with a clip, and a clip just fell in the parts box, so that was pretty convenient. So I think I'm going to soak that in something to get it clean. I don't usually reuse them. But then again, they don't usually come out nice and neat like that and still intact. A lot of times they shred when they come out, they're brittle. Alright, so that's cleaned up pretty good. Alright, so that'll be ready to be degreased. Alright, next, let me get some of those tools out of the way here. Get it all greasy. Alright, so we got this greasy mess of crud up here now. Let me just go through and scrape some grease off. Alright, so we got all kinds of parts ready to clean up, degrease, all kinds of stuff. One interesting thing I found is, this is the original feet, but this is what was on the bottom of it. So somebody had come up with a clever way of taking the original feet, and they must have got worn down or didn't set up high enough or whatever, and screwed these feet into there like that, which is pretty interesting. But we're going to put new feet in there anyways. That's that. As soon as we get everything cleaned up, degreased, powder coat and all that, we'll come back and we'll get this whole thing put back together. Alright, so I just took this apart, and normally these K4s, I believe, have a metal gear in there. Well, this one isn't a metal gear, it's one of those lightweight fiber gears, and I'm thinking it has been replaced before. Not only because it's not metal, but because the two washers were both on the bottom, where you're supposed to have one on the bottom and one on the top, like that. When I took this out, they were both on the bottom, so that leads me to believe it was replaced. Where the original metal one is, I have no idea. Alright, so we've got this one all wrapped up. The color that we put on this one here, the color that he had picked out was sefoam pearl. Is the name of it. It's a sefoam green color or blue, or I don't know, whatever it looks like to you. I'm colorblind, so it's like blue or green or whatever. But it's got a pearl to it. It's a real nice effect on it. It catches light quite nice, and it looks good with the black on here. The cord that I ended up using was the other cord that he sent, which was in really good shape except for the part that had that rip in it. But there was so much length on the cord that I was able to just cut it there and use it. I ended up being able to use the cord anyways. We've got the locking mechanism working on here. The only thing that this is missing right now, and to keep keeping it from getting sent back, is the feet. These are the feet that run there. They were two separate feet. You had your rubber, the original rubber foot, and so I put these caps on the bottom that just screwed into the rubber. So I've got new feet ordered for it. I thought I had some feet for that, but after rummaging through my stuff, I realized I was actually out of the feet that go to this. They're a 1/2-inch diameter rubber feet that go up in the holes there. I do have your regular Kitchenaid feet. I've got tons of these, but these are a completely different style that go on here, so I was out of those. So I have those on order, and the whip that he sent with it, you want to know if this could be done in black, so I still got to do this up. I'll have to see what powder I have. I think it'd be the best to use on this here, and then we can get that done up as well. But other than that, the machine is done. Everything's been clean, polished, all new grease inside. It's the typical, restoration stuff on it. Like I said, the outside's all been powder coated. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. This thing ran good before we took it apart, and so I had no doubt it was going to run good when it was done. But let's go ahead and turn it on anyways and give it a listen to. Alright, so you see, all the speeds work great on here. I mean, it'll go from the slowest to the fastest, and it was really, this one basically, was, just needed this slight adjustment on the low end, and that was the only adjustment that it needed. Everything was in really good shape in here. It didn't look like it had been used a whole lot. The brushes were still excellent. There was no wear on the armature at all. It was mainly an issue with grease. I mean, there was some issues with trying to get stuff apart, with disassembly, like the PTO drive in there. That was kind of hard to get out of there due to the old grease that was dried up on there and stuff. But now, once we got everything back together, I mean, everything was freewheeling. I mean, it being that there was no wear on the parts or anything, everything just spun really nice. So, there's absolutely no drag on this motor at all now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get it wiped down, and I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow, so the feet will be back when I get back, and then all I got to do is get the new feet in here, and we'll get this done in black, and then I'll be ready to go back. But I did want to get this video up before I left, and give you guys something to see, and also so the owner can see that it's done and how it came out here. Let's see if I can zoom in on this finish for you guys so you guys can actually see. I don't know if you guys can make out the pearl on here, not let it focus good. Doesn't seem to want to focus very well, but I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but it does. It's got a pearl finish on there, so it looks really good. Even the little thing down here where the bowl attaches, that's polished up. These are always brass, and they always get like grungy, so you never know, what they are until you get them out and polish them up, and polished up really nice. Matter of fact, I think everything on here is brass that's been coated, but this right here does have a little bit of almost like corrosion, I guess, a little bit of corrosion on the outer covering, but it can't do much to take that off, because if you start trying to take that off, then you're going to get through to the silver coating, you're going to be right down to bare brass. So I just took some metal polish and polished it up as best I could, and it doesn't look bad. I mean, it feels nice and smooth. It is what it is. For as old as it is, and for the corrosion and the gunk and everything that was on here, at least it's nice and clean. and it's just, you know, a little bit of residue from the corrosion. You know, not much we can do about that. But anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll get back to those as soon as I can. And as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.